All right, in this one, we're going to answer a question. This is about a medical hardship letter. Medical bills that have been charged off just happened a few months ago, or do I have to wait for the statute of limitations in Texas? No, you don't have to wait for the statute of limitations for Texas, but what you should do is you should send the medical provider the hardship letter, and you need to see what they're planning on doing. They might send it to a debt collector, or if you already know that they sent it to a debt collector, then you would potentially. Let me tell you how hardship is going to work. If they sent it to, if the medical provider still has it, they're the ones that would be more than likely to take your hardship because the hardship is required by any company that is providing loans. They got to have some type of department that works with the consumers that either does business with them or takes loans from them. If it goes to a debt collector, the medical hardship isn't going to work, but it won't work the same way as it would with the medical provider. But what you could potentially do is you notify them of the medical hardship, and then they're going to probably want to know some about your financial. And if they believe that you will not be able to pay it, they won't waste any money trying to come after you. That's really the scenario that we try to push any company into when we're doing a hardship. Is like telling them what happened, experience of their client, why they're not going to be able to pay it back, and it could be medical hardship, it could be something happened in the family, any number of things, but it's still up to the company to accept it and to do what they're going to do with the debt. Now, if the medical provider decides to accept the hardship, what they'll do is they'll send it and do a 1099-C debt cancellation. They can do that, and that can also happen with the debt collector. They can do that, uh, but don't wait for the statute of limitations. The statute of limitations for Texas on that debt is going to be 4 years. So you'll be waiting 4 years on it. Now, one of the benefits that you have with Texas is that Texas, they can't garnish you. They can't garnish your wages. So they would, in a way, they got to wait, but, that stuff would be on your credit or it would kind of hamper you from being able to move forward if you're trying to get something. But if you're just trying to get yourself stabilized, you had the medical hardship, you're trying to rebuild yourself, what you should do is if it's still maintained by the medical provider, hurry up, send that to them. So maybe if they're thinking about selling it or even thinking about having a debt collector come after you for it, they would at least know your situation. Now, also, uh, most medical providers use outside third party debt collectors to call and try to collect on the medical debt. That would also be your opportunity not to just try to say it by phone. You can ask them what is their address so you can send them information about what you're going through. They might want to take it by phone and then get it over to their client, the medical provider. That is something that they do, so don't be afraid of that happening. But be careful about, if you're working and stuff like that. For people really in other areas, Texas, you don't have to worry about them doing garnishments because they don't do it there. But so you would just answer those questions and potentially off of what you give them, they could, they'll give that to their client, the medical provider, and they might just decide, hey, this is one that you're just not going to be able to collect anything from. The debt collection company would tell them. And the thing about it, it's good when you have a debt collector that is hired by a medical provider because they've already been paid. That they're just basically under contract to make the calls and to harass people. So they will get that information to their client, which is the medical provider for the medical bills, and they will uh, make a determination. Also, you might be surprised to know that there's certain circumstances across the board. It could be credit card debt, medical, uh, any type of debt that's really considered unsecured. you'll be surprised that if they're hired, if the collection agency is hired, that there's certain things that they already have. It it could be considered like a keyword. If these certain keywords are mentioned, that they would actually send the debt back to the original creditor, and the original creditor would either do debt cancellation or make a determination on what they want that collection agency to do about that debt. That's happened numerous times when where the original creditor, uh, and in this case for medical, if they say if you they give them instructions, so there's not a lot of okay, what you want us to do about this one? Okay, what do you want us to do about this one? They'll write their rules and they'll say if you get people that fit this profile or this category, then you just send those back to us. And they're going to potentially just cancel out those debts. And then again, when they cancel out the debt, on the flip side of that is that they're going to send that to the IRS, and the IRS is going to consider 100% of what they put on that debt cancellation as extra income to you. And the IRS is going to expect you to report and pay taxes on that, but you can get a waiver and you can talk to your tax preparer about how to get a waiver, or you can look online on how to get a waiver on when you have a 1099-C debt cancellation uh, sent to you from the IRS or from the original creditor or debt collector, but they also send that to the IRS. All right, so we're going to end the video here. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Uh, Watch the video, watch my 8-point validation system, my process. If you can follow that, we do the work, but you understand that that's the process that we go through, then we invite you to become a customer. Also, if you need your reports and scores, everything starts there. Go to the website, your3scores.com, sign up, get those, get that monitoring service and keep it so you can know what's going on. Read the comments about every negative item on your reports and positive. Make sure that everything is being reported right. Make sure your scores are where you think they should be at. If you need my debt validation letter, cease desist collection activities letter, and the statute of limitations letter, and the pro se defense information. If you're being sued, all of that information to those links are below this video. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.